It's time to take 5 for safety. It's time for another episode of Let's Not Die Today on the Toolbox Talk Show Network.
Still struggling with creating a training program? 7Taps, folks. Go to 7taps.com. They've got a free community version. Go there, check it out, develop a training program. If you love the community version, check out the pro version and get all of our bonuses. And this includes a 7-course library to get you started. And you also get a nice little discount off your first year. Check it out, toolboxtalkshow.com/training. Our topic today, slips, trips, and falls. According to the BLS, that's the Bureau of Labor Statistics, slips, trips, and falls cause nearly 700 fatalities every year. In this episode, we will discuss precautions you can take to avoid slips, trips, and falls. Let's start with definitions. OSHA 1910.22, Walking Working Surfaces, outline precautions to avoid slips, trips, or falls. How do we define each term? Slips are a loss of balance caused by too little friction between your feet and the surface you walk on. Trips can occur whenever your foot hits an object and you are moving with enough momentum to be thrown off balance. Falls occur whenever you lose your balance, causing a sudden and uncontrollable descent. Or maybe in simpler terms, slips are when your feet slide across the surface. Trips are when your feet come into contact with an object and it causes you to lose your balance. And falls are when you suddenly lose your balance. Let's talk history. A little twist on history today. Some celebrity accidents have actually made it into the history books, and we are going to talk about a few. Owen Hart was a Canadian WWF wrestler. He pressed the release button on a machine that was to lower him into the ring, but he hit the button too early. This mishap caused him to fall to his death. He was only 34 years old. A&B Davis, whom you know as Alice the housekeeper on the Brady Bunch, died when she slipped and fell in her bathroom, sustaining a head injury. She was 88 years old. The famous cardiologist known for the Atkins low-carb diet, Robert Atkins, died when he fell down an icy sidewalk and hit his head in 2003. An English filmmaker, Ronald Neame, who produced the film Oliver Twist, fell and broke his leg in 2010. He died due to complications from that injury. Burt Granett was a producer who worked on The Twilight Zone. On November 15th, 2002, he died due to injuries sustained during a fall. He was 92 years old. In 2009, British film star Natasha Richardson fell and struck her head during a ski lesson. The actress claimed she was fine and even joked about the accident immediately after. The instructor asked her to seek medical attention, but she refused. Hours later, she was rushed to a hospital in Montreal where she died from a traumatic brain injury. The actress was married to Liam Neeson. She died at just 45 years old. Let's talk statistics. In 2019, slips, trips, and falls accounted for 27% of the 888,220 injuries involving lost workdays. There were 229,410 lost workday injuries due to contact with objects and equipment. The 3 leading causes of work-related injuries treated in emergency rooms were contact with objects and equipment, overexertion and bodily reaction, falls, slips, and trips without a fall. In 2020, 805 workers died in falls, and there were 211,640 lost time injuries. Also, 136 workers were killed in falls on the same level. Construction workers are the most at risk for fatal falls from height, more than 7 times the rate of other industries. Let's talk safety. Safety tip number 1, avoid slips. Slips can be caused by wet surfaces, spills, or weather hazards like ice or snow. So always take extra precautions when walking on these surfaces. Slips are more likely to occur when you are in a hurry or not paying attention. Take short steps on slippery surfaces to keep your balance and point your feet slightly outward. Be extra cautious on smooth surfaces such as newly waxed floors. Safety tip number 2, an oldie but a goodie, housekeeping. Clean up and report spills immediately. Remember, even minor spills can be dangerous. Don't let grease or other slippery substances accumulate on floors. Safety tip number 3, avoiding tripping hazards. Slow down and pay attention. Trips are more likely to happen when you are in a hurry or aren't paying attention. To prevent trip hazards, do the following. Watch out for loose carpeting. Don't carry loads that are too high. In other words, make sure you can see where you are walking. Keep working areas well lit. Store materials and supplies in appropriate storage areas. Keep it nice and tidy. Maintain walking areas. Arrange equipment so that it does not interfere with walkways or pedestrian traffic. Safety tip number 4, avoid falls. Falls account for more workplace fatalities than any other reason. Avoid falls. Don't jump off landings, loading docks, or equipment. Use stairs or ladders. Repair or replace stairs or handrails that are loose or broken. Hold on to handrails when using the stairs, and don't ever lean over guardrails. Safety tip number 5, 3 points of contact. Anytime you are using a ladder or climbing on or off equipment, remember 3 points of contact, 2 hands and a foot, or 2 feet and a hand at all times. Also, be sure to get a firm grip on the ladder and wear proper foot attire so you don't slip while climbing or descending. Following these tips can save you from accidents, injuries, and even death. Thanks for listening to another episode of Let's Not Die Today. If you'd like free PDF versions of all our talks, go to our homepage, toolboxtalkshow.com, scroll down about halfway, and sign up for our mail-in list. If you love what we do, please tell your employer about us. We love you too. See you next time.